Hey guys, how are you doing? So it's Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you back another YouTube video. Have I got a banger for you today? I honestly think and hope this will be one of the best, if not the best, YouTube video I've ever made. We're going to do a tiny bit of TA to start with. Then we're going to talk about some interesting prospects and projections and speculations for Ripple specifically. Then we're going to talk about crypto sentiment in the market. We're going to talk about some banks, different new things that have come out in terms of lend products with Coinbase. We've seen two banks either looking to list cryptocurrency itself on as an actual asset for people to trade in and around their banking system. We've seen another bank that are acquiring a crypto exchange, so in another country looking to do something similar. Then we're going to talk about the Metaverse, bit of gaming in there as well, and how it all links together, and how I think this market could be either on the way to an absolute explosion, or could all this hype be marking a market top? We're in this period of a bull run right now where in every other crypto run before, every other bull run, you can say the sentiment's getting high. Oh yeah, that's a sentiment thing is something I want to talk about. Sentiment's getting high. Could that be the end of the market, like market top, when retail sentiment starts to really push up? Or could we be just going into a new paradigm focused around cryptocurrency to do with the financial system? I'm going to throw that out there to you guys, and I want you guys to interact with me about that in the comments. Please remember, guys, if you do enjoy the video, please drop me a like, subscribe, and drop me a comment, because it really does help the YouTube algorithm. It's free to drop, and I would really appreciate that, because I'm really trying to grow this channel. I really enjoy making YouTube videos for you guys, and I hope you enjoy them yourself. So let's get into it straight away. So we're looking at a bit of TA to start with. We've got Bitcoin here. I'm not going to be too deep on the TA today. I'm going to show you a few things that I'm looking at. So we've got Bitcoin here. It's rejected the 3.618. I think that's the level we're at, 3.618. We had a nice little push up yesterday. We are sort of consolidating just below the all-time high, ready for that next leg up. I think we're looking for, as I said yesterday, some real big news to come through, help Bitcoin really push on and out of this zone. But to be completely frank, not financial advice, just my personal opinion, there's not a lot of percentages to be made in Bitcoin right now. And let's say we, even on best case scenario, we rip up to like 250,000. Yeah, it's like a 4 or 5x from here, 400-500%. But I think you can easily grab that in some of the altcoins on an average case scenario. Like if Bitcoin does rip 400-500%, then that's gonna equate down to some much bigger percentages for the mid caps, low caps, and even large cap altcoins. So, in my personal opinion, if you're holding Bitcoin, you're going to be seeing better percentages in other areas of the market. That being said, don't chase things that are green candles. Just look for something that hasn't really moved, has a high risk to reward ratio, and the potential percentage return on your investment is high. That'd be my personal opinions. Sorry, I got a nice coffee here. I'm now going to have a look into Ethereum. Just a quick check onto Ethereum. It had its highly ever daily candle close yesterday at $4,592, which is insane. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency that I think is going to be massive in the future. So I think for a long-term hold, not a bad shout at all. Again, I don't think the percentages are going to be too great. I think you'll make better percentages in Ethereum than you might do in Bitcoin. But it's going to be more of a slow grind up, rally into ETH2, and then maybe a bit of a sell-off there. When all the staking rewards get unlocked. And now XRP is the one that I really want to cover. It's going to take us into our next little section. Actually, we'll just come back to XRP. We'll have a look at the total crypto market cap. As you can see, yesterday we had the highest ever daily close. So that's the most that's ever been in the market on the daily close yesterday at 2.73 trillion. Today, obviously, a little bit of a retracement. We're kind of moving up like that anyway. As you can see, it's pretty obvious. Like, I don't need to show you. We had this big pump here, and then since then, we've just been zigzagging up. Could we see a little bit of a correction? Maybe, and then push out? Who knows? We'll be looking for something like that. But from the past 30 days, we've been following the same sort of structure and format, just as zigzagging up, with long wicks at the top and the bottom, but a general increase in price. So yeah, as I said, we're going to look into XRP now. So some interesting things. What have we seen? So we've seen XRP finally break out of this shorter term descending trend line that was set on the 2nd of September. Obviously, that's bullish news. We haven't really seen an increase in volume. We did see a few things. I'm just going to show you a few of the different indicators that I want to talk about. Yesterday, we did see a little spike when we broke up above here, and a little spike when we broke out above the descending trend line. But what we also saw was come really high in the RSI, the relative strength index. Normally when we're up here, this means we're overbought. We are looking for a correction, as you can see here. We spiked up, came down here, spiked up, came down on the RSI. So when we get above this line here, you're normally looking for a bit of a retracement or a correction. So that's exactly what we're seeing now. Let's have a look on the 4 hourly as well. It's the same there. Look, we have this spike out, overbought on the RSI, coming down to gain some more strength again before we can look to make that next leg up. I'm going to show you a few things that I've seen here, or what I want to play out. And what I talked about yesterday in yesterday's YouTube video. We'll leave it on the 4 hourly for now because it's quite easy to see what I'm going to show you. What I did say yesterday is I thought it would break out of this descending trend line, and it has done so. I thought we would push up towards this line here, and then I actually thought it would take a bit longer, but it kind of is playing out the way I thought it would. I said that the 50-day moving average would come up and hug it, and we get trapped between our price action and the 50-day moving average, which we've been holding here so far. And this wedge that we're in here, we have actually rejected 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th time of rejection. But it's not a bad time to reject it. As I said, we're overextended on the RSI, on the 4 hourly and the hourly. On the daily, we're looking all right on the RSI. It's looking to put in some strength here. We do want to see some increased volume, but I think that will come when the moving averages really trap us up against this descending trend line here. I'm going to take us back into the 4 hourly. This is the last bit of TA I'm going to just show you for Ripple, and then I'm going to show you why I think the fundamentals and the news in the market really will match what I'm showing you right now. So, as I said yesterday, I thought this would happen. The moving averages would hug up with the price action, and then they'd touch onto it, and we'd really break out, and I can show you where that's happened in the past. So here's the sort of example that I'm looking at. We've got this consolidation on top of the moving average, on top of the 50-day, on the 4 hourly. We try and have a breakout, we come back down, we really touch it, and then we start to really get off and up. Out we go from this little area here. When that happens, we actually had a massive increase in price of, the last time it touched the moving average, of 236%. So if we come down to, let's say the moving average gets to here, it would also be nice if we came down and back tested this short-term trend line. So let's even say the moving average comes to here, exactly where the bottom of this wedge is, and we're looking for 236% from there. And I'll just show you where that breakout target takes us to. It's there, 236. You're looking at all-time highs at $3.71 there. So that's exactly what I've been calling for. I said that it would come towards the mid to end of November. I even put a tweet out saying that I thought we were about to break out within the next 12 days, and it looks to be that this might be the start. I'm glad to see that we have rejected the descending trend line because of the strength of the relative strength index. I'd like to see us then fuel up on the 50-day and push out from this zone. So that's enough of TA for me today, and we're going to get into some fundamentals and what things that I think could really influence the price. Bear with me because I've got all these tabs open. I'll try and tie them all in together as we go through them, or different sections of them in together. But if you're not bullish on XRP right now, I don't know what you're seeing, because you're seeing something completely different to me. Anyway, let's start with this. So Ripple tweeted on, what date was this on? 29th of October, ODL has had its best year yet. We're not even in November. Since Q3 of 2020, transactions over RippleNet have doubled, and ODL transactions account for 25% of dollar volume across the network. So 25% of the volume traded on Ripple's network is actually XRP and ODL transactions. That is crazy, guys. Crazy. It's record growth for Ripple itself. And this is... oh, hang on. I might go to this first, and then I'll get onto that one I just looked at. So this is Ripple's Q3 XRP markets report. And it's a 10-minute read. I'm going to just show you a few little highlights. I'm just going to say something about this first. This is a madly bullish report. Okay, and on the 9th of November, so that's 6 days time, 9th and 10th, Ripple have their Swell global meeting, which is basically where they come to you and they talk about everything. It says, this year Ripple's global swell virtually bringing people together, the most influential voices across payments, financial services, blockchain and economic policy for networking, interactive surprises and discussions, and the best and brightest in the industry. So basically what they do is they just talk to you about what they've got going on, what's coming up soon, and these sorts of things like that, and talk about how they've achieved stuff or whatever they're looking forward to going forward. And I've got an argument to say that their Q3 report really, why did it need to come out on the 29th of October, or could they have held it 10 days and released it on Ripple Swell if they had no good news to report? So my speculation on that is they have some mad news to report to us on Ripple Swell. You're going to see in a minute, I'm going to show you some of the people who are speaking at Swell. But yeah, let's just quickly get into this. So we've talked about the XRP ledger, saw a new NFT projects come in. One of those is Xpunks, who I've actually got a partnership with at the minute, and I have my one of one Xpunk. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see my Xpunk, which I thought was pretty cool. Just talking about a few things. Essentially, just that's NFT section. Some of the things I wanted to really highlight with this ODL bit, I'm going to look into that now. Just says last quarter, Ripple hit a milestone with the conclusion of the fact discovery August 31st. We're talking about the SEC case. Basically, there's still lack of transparency with markets. And then we are talking about here ODL growth. Ripple saw significant growth in the traction of ODL, which leverages XRP to eliminate pre-funding, reduces optimal costs, and unlock capital from diverse cross-section of global customers for its best quarter on record. So Ripple have had its best ever ODL quarter on record, and they're still under a lawsuit in America. This is something that people really need to understand as well. In this lawsuit that they're under with the SEC, it's just in America, and then America make for about 5% of their transaction volumes currently. So when this lawsuit is dropped or lost or won or sold or not sold, but pushed under the rug, or laws come through to really get rid of it, or whatever we see happen, like all of those are just absolute throwaway comments. I'm just saying that whenever this lawsuit is finished, what we're going to see is, and this is why America is a great country for ODL, you have a lot of people working abroad. It's a massive powerhouse, and a lot of people want to send money home. They do. They want to send money home, and massive cross-border fees and remittances from American dollar to other countries. So that's really what they're trying to eliminate. Well, one of the things Ripple are trying to eliminate, especially with their ODL, on-demand liquidity. So it says, transaction volume measured in dollars over RippleNet has more than doubled since last year's ODL. Transactions are up 130% quarter over quarter. In Q3, ODL transactions accounted for more than 25% of the volume. All XRP sales in this quarter attributed to the growth and adoption of ODL. So I just think that it's absolutely insane what we're seeing. The amount of growth they've had, 130% growth quarter over quarter while still in a lawsuit. And bear in mind that this lawsuit that they're under, at no point are they being prosecuted for fraud, any illegal doings. They're just saying that they raised money through an unregistered security, or the SEC are trying to claim that they did that. And obviously we all know what's going on. I just wanted to make that clear. So then we've seen some weird things going on recently, okay? Howard talked about this the other day. We talked about how XRP ledger has been transacting like more payments. I showed you this spike here, 216,000. And then look what's happened recently. So we've had some new corridors announced, and we've had a Mongolian corridor announced from Tranglo. I can't remember some of those off the top of my head, but we've had a spike to 556,000 transactions on the 31st of October. Like, what's going on? Why in August are we having 113? Why have we 5x'd since August? Why have we 5x'd since the start of September? Something mad is coming just around the corner. This is something else that's mad that's happening. So Saab goes live with instant USD payments for corporates using Ripple technology. Saab is not only the first Saudi bank to join Ripple's network for blockchain technology, but is also the first bank in the region to offer near real-time USD settlement for its corporate clients. So Saab are like a huge bank in Saudi Arabia, and there's a massive speculation at the minute that they're going to be using Saab and Ripple's blockchain technology, and ultimately it all leads to XRP, guys, just so you know that, to settle oil payments. This is the speculation at the minute. To settle oil payments. You can bring anything onto the XRP ledger. Anything of value can be brought onto the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger is a decentralized exchange. It's instant. It's low cost. It's very good for the environment in comparison to a lot of other cryptos. They could be bringing through this bank oil onto the XRP ledger to be traded through XRP for instant low cost settlement. And even if the banks want to still take a cut, like, why would they not want to incentivize something like this? We know Ripple have massive connections in the UAE and those sorts of areas. Anyway, I just think something huge is coming, guys. And I would not be surprised to see something like a commodity like oil being brought onto the XRP ledger to be settled because of the amount of connections that Ripple have in the MENA region and the APAC region. And then what we're seeing going forward with other banks I'm going to talk to you about any second now. I don't know, guys, but I think something massive is around the corner. So we're going to talk about Swell now. So at Swell, we've got these people speaking. Some people I don't really know, so I don't know who Securitize are, Strata Labs, and maybe I'm being a bit unaware. But we've got Brad Gardenhouse, obviously CEO of Ripple. Mohammed El Arain, who's the president of Queen's College University of Cambridge. Sendi Young, obviously of Ripple. And then we've got who else? Okay, this is someone that I'm interested in. Paul Goldfinch of PYYPL. They're another company who are utilizing now Ripple's ODL services from the UAE with Tranglo Partnership, who we know that Ripple are 40% stakeholder in. We've got Sam Bankman-Fried, who's the CEO of FTX. I think he's the highest net worth individual in cryptocurrency. He runs that exchange, or no, he's probably behind CZ from Binance, but he's one of the highest. He's the highest speaking on this board. We've got David Schwartz, CTO at Ripple. We've got Brian Quintez, the former commissioner of the Commodities Future Exchange Commission. Wow, come on, we'll get your words out there. Former commissioner of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission from the US. He now actually works, I think, for Fireblocks, but he works for a blockchain company in America. And then we have Stephen Pear, CEO of BitPay, which you know is an exchange based on the XRP ledger. Ashish Birla, and there's one of the was it Sandy Young? It was one of the I wanted to. Susan Friedman, who also is director of public policy at Ripple, but also a board member of the Digital Pound Foundation. So I honestly think we could see something massive coming out of this Ripple Swell event. Remember that we've had last week. The G20 met and literally discussed the future of finance and CBDCs. Not saying anything's going to happen there, just saying there's definitely potential. So next, we're going to get on to Google Trends. So Google Trends, as you can see, in 2021, in May, it was up at 100. So that's like the interest of people in comparison to the rest of the year. The highest point was in May, and now we're back up at 77. So we are near a top for trends for the amount of search of the word cryptocurrency. But something that I always find really interesting is that the related queries are all what I would call scam coins, but I can't click through. Oh, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. They're all scam polygons, obviously not, but they're all meme coins. Sorry, is the word I'm looking for. So out of the top 10, out of the top 15, there's probably 3 that aren't meme coins, which is Polygon, PancakeSwap, and BSC Crypto. All the rest are meme coins, okay? So we have this huge volume, a huge increase in volume, but it's massively meme coin orientated. So what we're looking for now is, are we going to push a lot higher than what we've got here in the May-June time of this year? If we look at what happened in 2017, we had a little spike up in June and September, a bit more of a spike, and then where are we here? Trying to get the top of this. Obviously, can't do it now. So then by January, we 5x'd the interest that we had in September. So where's September? Here. Oh, sorry, it's going to be here. So could we see a 5x in terms of increase in interest from here? That would bring us out to an interest of 250 on this scale. So obviously that is but it will change because the max is obviously 100. Anyway, I'm getting a bit digressing a little bit. What I'm trying to say is, could we see a 5x increase in interest from here? Would that lead to a 5x in market cap? There's a lot of different or conflicting analysis going on at the minute. Technical analysts are saying that we're going to top out between now for Bitcoin and 100,000, and then we've got macro investors like I talked about yesterday, and people using different models like stock to flow and adoption models to say that we could top out anywhere up to 250,000, but it will go into next year. I honestly think that with some of the things that I'm about to show you here, we could be setting up for a potential super cycle. I don't like to say things like that because I've always stuck with the fact that emotions change when you get closer to the top. And I don't want to think that my emotions are changing. I just think that the news, like some of this news, I don't know. Basically what I'm doing, if you want to know what I'm doing investment wise, is still preparing for the fact that we may top out soon. My XRP take profit plans are still the same. But I definitely am leaning towards the fact that we could have a much longer extended cycle, but only the next few weeks will tell, and the next few months. So with that being said, we've got this, which is Coinbase Bitcoin balances. We had a 19, so this is 20 hours ago, we had a 19,000 Bitcoin outflow from Coinbase yesterday. Institutions are here and they're buying your Bitcoin. So this is something that points towards the fact that, okay, well, if we are at a top, then why the hell would someone buy 19,000 Bitcoin and send it out of an exchange so they're not looking to sell it? Then we saw this news from Coinbase. Okay, so now we're getting onto like the like news slash things that I think will increase adoption and give more validity to this as an asset class going forwards. Coinbase customers will be able to borrow up to 1 million using their Bitcoin. So I know that other platforms offer services like this, like your Nexos, your Celsius, your Exodus. I think Exodus do anyway. Celsius and Nexo definitely do offer you asset-backed crypto loans. But now Coinbase, a publicly listed company, with probably one of the leaders, if not the leader in the space, are going to be offering loans against your crypto. And this means no taxes, instant access to cash and capital without selling your asset. So it says you can take as much as 40% of the value of Bitcoin up to the value of $1 million. The borrowed cash can be deposited quickly and free to PayPal or a bank transfer, with a minimum of $10 payments required each month to pay the interest. So the interest is going to be, I don't know why it says 30% there and 40% above. Fixed terms loans. Customers can borrow 30% of their Bitcoin up to 100,000 on a 1 year basis. It says only a monthly interest of 8% APY is paid on the loan, with the principal repayable after a year. So I think this is insane. As I said, it's going to give people the option to hold that asset and not obviously sell and not incur your capital gains taxes. It's going to give you a lot of different options going forwards, but with a company that are way more respected, in my opinion. Not that I've got anything against Nexo or Celsius, than those two companies, just because Coinbase is so big. And we've got then this news: Australia's largest bank to offer crypto services to 6.5 million customers. And like, I think people are kind of sleeping on this. I've seen some people reporting on it, but like, this is probably the most bullish news I've ever seen for cryptocurrency. We've got Australia's biggest bank. This is Australia, a huge country. I know that they're not like a financial powerhouse, but they're not no one. Their biggest bank is going to be offering cryptos. You can buy cryptos on their exchange. They're going to be partnering with a Gemini exchange and Chainalysis for their information, and they're going to be offering crypto. So that means all your people who don't really know how to use computers, scared to buy the assets, can literally go on their banking app and buy crypto. This means that people, this is a bank. Like, these make money out of our fiat currency. They use our fiat currency. Their government have fiat currency, is what we trade in. It's the thing that we assess value by, are now saying that cryptocurrency is an asset that you can trade your fiat for, and they will look after it in the bank. So they're essentially saying it's just as important as fiat currency. Not just as, but it's up there with that importance. So I think that is huge, huge. And then you've got this, almost on the same day, Thailand's oldest bank acquired majority stake in country's largest crypto exchange. So SCB Bank has acquired a 51% stake in Thai cryptocurrency exchange BitCub. So what do you think is going to come there? As we've just seen that in Australia, and we know that Australia to Thailand is a ODL corridor from Navati, which leverages XRP and Ripple Net technology. Guys, I can't get over to you what I think is about to happen. I think we're about to see full-on explosion in crypto with banks custodying your crypto assets. Like I said in yesterday's video, isn't it mad that I said this yesterday and then we started getting this news like last night? It's crazy. It's crazy. We could see banks literally holding and trading cryptos. This is what I know that it's not good for decentralization and stuff, but anyone who's in the asset class now, you must be rubbing your hands together, because I know I am. And then this is the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about. So Microsoft and the Metaverse. Oh no, sorry, we're going to get into that next. This is Blockworks. So great to follow on Twitter if you want to keep up with crypto news. This is all the stuff that's happened this week. It's there's so much that's happened this week. So the mayor of Miami is to take his full paycheck in Bitcoin. Microsoft to create its own metaverse. Singapore wants to become a crypto hub. Thai's oldest bank buys 51% of an exchange, which we just covered. Australia's largest bank offers Bitcoin services, which we just covered. And then also Nike hiring 2 metaverse jobs. Digital Currency Group raised $700 million for a $10 billion valuation. McDonald's launches NFTs. I haven't actually seen that myself. It's something I want to look into now. Aaron Rodgers to get paid in Bitcoin. I think he's an NFL player. Starbank offers Bitcoin. Burger King giving $2.6 million away in crypto. We talked about that yesterday. And Crypto.com reaches #1 on Google Store. We know that Coinbase.com also reached #1. And then we've got this. Microsoft looking to throw their hat into the ring for the metaverse. They've been experimenting with teams. You can walk around in your teams and have your avatar. And I just find it interesting that Accenture are in the background there, who are actually a Ripple partner. That's the only reason I had this tab open. Because we're going to talk. Are we going to talk about Microsoft? No, we're not. But they're just throwing their hat in the ring there with the metaverse. They also put a post out talking about how they're going to have Xbox apps that are going to allow you to do metaverse things. No more information than that at this point. We're then going to look at Nike. Nike is quietly preparing for the metaverse. So this is something that I think a lot of people are speculating that Nike are going to create their own version of the metaverse, but I actually don't think they are going to do this. And this is my personal complete speculation, just from me personally. There's nothing to suggest that this is going to happen. It's just my thoughts. So let me just read what it says first. Nike's filed 7 trademark applications as it prepares to enter the metaverse. As part of the application, the company indicated its intent to make and sell virtual branded sneakers and apparel. People familiar with Nike's plans said the space is a priority for the brand, and consumers can expect to see more virtual rollouts in the months ahead. People are saying that they're going to try and beat Facebook to it with the metaverse. I do not think this is what they're going to do. If I was Nike, and they're smart, like they're obviously smart, a great brand, worldwide, huge brand. I think what I'd do is just patent all my work so no one can wear it in the metaverse without my permission. And then I'd be selling all my virtual goods into the metaverse. I wouldn't even bother trying to make my own metaverse. You're going to be way behind some of these tech companies. But what you can do is sell your apparel into those. And I think that that's what they're trying to do with these patents. And then finally, something for all you Xbox lovers or Call of Duty lovers. Andbox, the owner of Call of Duty esports team, will launch NFTs that will grant fans benefits. So the creators of New York Subliners have teamed up with Moonwalk to create NFTs that offer distinct benefits both in the real world and in the metaverse for basically people who support their Call of Duty team. So guys, I know that that's a huge, monstrous YouTube video. There was so much news to cover. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's sum it up quickly. I think we're going to see XRP take off for all the reasons that I've talked to you about. The charts are indicating it. We've had some massive news. Could we get something huge come out of Swell? What will that be? Could we see a settlement just before Swell? Best case scenario is we see a settlement before Swell. We go into Swell, see CBDCs announced, or some massive sort of like oil being put onto the XRP ledger. Can you imagine what that's going to do for price action? That takes you flipping $10 to $13 speculative end of the bull run sort of price action and pushes that to 3 digits, in my opinion. That's best case scenario. Could we just see some good announcements coming from Swell, new partnerships, new ODL corridors, things like that? Yes, potentially. Who knows, guys? But we're set up now for XRP for an absolute explosion. We then looked at banks literally adopting cryptocurrency, which is insane to even talk about, and everyone's just taking it like in their stride now. Like, imagine a year ago you said, "Oh, banks are going to let you custody your cryptocurrency." Like, everything that me and my friends talked about, speculated, started to happen. It's happening right now. We've got people giving you the biggest crypto company in the world, or one of, Coinbase, and now letting you borrow against your crypto. Like, it's all of it's happening. The asset class is being massively legitimized, and that is a massive argument against the fact that we may or may not go into a bear market. Like, will we have a correction at some point? Yes, I do think so. But will the top come in now or in the future? I don't know what sort of news we'd have to see to bring a top in now. I know that the charts could indicate that, but I also think, like, we could be moving into a new financial age. I haven't actually said that so far, so I honestly believe that the news is so mad. And then we've looked at a little bit into the metaverse, which I do think is going to be something huge for the future. I don't think we're near that yet, but what you have to think is, as soon as one or two companies release a decent beta for the metaverse, everyone's got to at least catch up. So I don't know, the acceleration is just going to be huge, guys. Best thing to do for now, in my opinion, personal opinion, not financial advice, hold your assets that haven't increased too much in value. Look for decent percentage return on investment and risk to reward ratios. If you've already been pumping it in a crypto asset, cycle it into something with actual utility if you've been holding a meme coin, or take some profits and just put your feet up for a bit and have a look what's going to happen. Keep some capital ready, because at some point, even though it's not, you could say like we are nearly there already, we will absolutely, this will be one of the biggest, if not the biggest. I think it will be the biggest asset class ever. I think it'll engulf everything. But with that being said, guys, thank you for watching my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share with a friend if you did enjoy it. I'm sorry this is such a long video, but wow, did I have a lot to talk about. Am I excited? Can you not tell that from my voice? I am so excited. I think something massive is just around the corner. And I just can't wait to share this experience with all of you. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Peace.